Star Wars. A galaxy filled with hope. A galaxy where there are wars amongst the stars. Now come on, if that wasn't cringy enough for you all to subscribe, I don't know what is. Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Will, and today we're continuing our series, The Future of LEGO Blank. Star Wars Celebration has just come and gone, and we've got a lot of news on all upcoming Star Wars stuff. So I thought I'd take a look at a bunch of the things we know now, and speculate and predict the future of LEGO Star Wars. Now before we start everyone, I would really much appreciate if you all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. Now without further ado, let's get to it. Now Star Wars has been one of LEGO's top themes since 1999, and it's still going strong. I'm on the list of promo bricks here, and we've got a huge listing of sets to come out this year. Some already released, some coming soon, or depending on whenever you watch this video, all of these sets might now be out. And it's quite a wide selection. Some really incredible sounding ones like a UCS Venator, and some that don't excite me as much, such as a Boba Fett mech. But either way, there's always been something for everyone in this theme. I've done videos talking about sets to be released this year, so let's go ahead and forge forward and find out what's coming out next year and the year after that. I'm going to start us off here with the most popular Star Wars show to have come out, The Mandalorian. This is a TV series that's showing no signs of stopping, with Jon Favreau claiming he has a season 4 in the works, so it's very much easily to be expected that we'll be getting more sets off this show. And I'd wager we'd get a handful more sets based off season 3 in 2024. My guess, we will get some January 1st. But Mandalorian isn't the only big show coming out in 2023, we also have Star Wars Ahsoka. Continuing the adventures Dave Filoni started us on, with the Clone Wars to the Bad Batch to Rebels. In particular, this show is being called a Rebels sequel series. Now Rebels happens to be my favorite Star Wars show, and these minifigures go for crazy amounts of money now, especially Zeb. We're rumored to be getting at least 3 Ahsoka sets already, which is the main ship of Star Wars Rebels. I'm super excited to see how the Ghost looks in this iteration. Now another Star Wars show we're said to be getting closer to the end of this year to perhaps early next year is Skeleton Crew, which is another spin-off of The Mandalorian, or more accurately, I think it will be a spin-off of Ahsoka. Now this is a series I could see only getting one set, presumably the main ship of the show. Then its popularity will decide whether or not we get more sets based off this series. I'm predicting that we will get a set for this either January 1st or April. Another show that is pretty obviously going to be getting another season is The Bad Batch. Now, sadly, season 2 has been skipped for LEGO sets, at least as time of recording. For all we know, we'll be getting some sets 2024. Now, whether or not we get sets based off Season 2 or potentially Season 3 is up for debate. We've gotten at least a couple. Sadly, Lucasfilm and LEGO don't seem interested in giving us many sets based off this show, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what becomes of it. Last but definitely not least, we've got Jedi Survivor, which is coming out at time of recording in just a few weeks. Now, of course, one of the biggest and most requested sets we've gotten ever since Fallen Order is the Mantis, which is the main ship of the game. And now we are getting told that this is a planned trilogy of games, which means this is only the second game, which we have a whole nother game on the way, giving us plenty of time to get a Mantis. We've already got a BD-1 set, so it stands to reason that a Mantis set can't be too far behind. Now, I think they'll reserve the Mantis for summer of 2024, or at least that's my best prediction on when we could possibly see a Mantis set. I don't think it's going to release January 1st. There is a chance it could release for May the 4th, but my prediction is going to be the summer. 2024 is another big year for Star Wars, with us getting a handful of series. We've got the Acolyte, a High Republic-based series, mostly about the dark side of the Force. I don't know whether or not we'll be seeing sets based off this. My best guess would be we'd get at least one set, similar to how Andor Season 1 got one set. That set would probably come with a handful of the main characters, a vehicle, and that be about it. Sadly, we've not gotten any other Andor sets, so I can't predict whether or not we get more sets based off this show. My prediction, though, is the Acolyte set will be coming around September of next year, depending on when this show releases. Then, of course, we've got Season 2 of Star Wars Andor, The first season was extremely popular. It was a little bit slow for me, but I have high hopes as we're getting closer to Rogue One that the show will pick up a little bit. I think there's a very good chance we could at least get one more set based off Andor, probably season 2. As long as the set comes with K2SO, I'll be happy, as he's my favorite character from Rogue One. Now I'm predicting we will actually get this Andor set January 1st, 2025, as Andor is said to be releasing late in 2024. And I just think to avoid spoilers, Lucasfilm and LEGO will just delay any releases of sets based off this show. Another show that's been in the work for a while now, but has not yet even started filming, is Lando. This will essentially be a solo spinoff, from what I understand, probably featuring Donald Glover and potentially Billy D. Williams, both actors portraying an older and younger Lando. And once again, these shows are so hit and miss on whether or not we'll get sets based off them. I'm actually predicting we won't get a single set from Lando just due to the fact that so many Star Wars things get ignored, or at least if they get a set, it will be years later. So if we do see a Lando set, due to the fact that we don't even know when this show will be releasing, I wouldn't guess to see a set based off this show until 2026, 2027 at the earliest. Of course, we had recently confirmed that Tales of the Jedi will be returning for season 2. We didn't even get one set based off the first season, which was excellent in my opinion. I'm really excited to see where season 2 goes, but as for LEGO sets, I'm afraid I don't think we'll be getting any sets based off this either, which is an absolute shame, as I would have loved to have gotten a Yaddle minifigure. Maybe if we finally get that UCS Jedi Temple, maybe then. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. 2025 brings us the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, LEGO's been off and on about how they celebrate their Star Wars anniversaries. Attack of the Clones barely got any recognition, while Return of the Jedi, of course being an original trilogy film, got a handful of sets. So it's really just hit or miss, as we don't seem to be getting prequel sets based off the 20th anniversary. Though we really should. Revenge of the Sith is an excellent Star Wars film, probably the best of the prequel trilogies, and I find it hard to believe that we won't get a single set based off the film in 2025. 2025 is said to also bring us our next Star Wars movie. Currently, I think this one's supposed to feature the return of Daisy Ridley as Rey. Now, the sequel trilogy, I'm not a fan, and it's really going to be hit or miss whether or not this movie will be any better. I personally am among the camp that believes Disney should ignore episodes 7, 8, and 9, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening, so what I do know is Lucasfilm will definitely double down on this film, which means I can guarantee we'll probably get a whole wave of sets based off this film, probably a couple in late 2025 and definitely a handful more on January 1st. 2026. But beyond that, we have a couple other movies said to be in the works. One by Dave Filoni, said to be an epic conclusion to the Mandalorian universe that was started with, well, the first season of The Mandalorian. And we're also said to be getting another film. I don't know many details about the film, but expect sets based off both films, as Star Wars returning to the movies will be a big deal for LEGO and Lucasfilm. Whether or not the movies are good will be up for debate, but that doesn't mean we won't get some pretty well-designed ships and vehicles to get sets. Another thing I want to bring up is we still are rumored to have in development at TT Games a Mandalorian DLC for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I talk a bit more about that in my other video, The Future of LEGO Gaming, so go check out that video if you want to learn more. But it's Star Wars and something that could potentially be coming in the future, so I thought I'd bring it up here as well. Another thing is we're getting a whole bunch of Clone Wars sets or Clone Army Builder sets as well, as it's something that's very popular in the LEGO Star Wars community, so I think it's safe to predict that we will be getting some more clone-based sets within the years of 2024 and 2025 and beyond, as the sets are selling like hotcakes for LEGO. And I don't see LEGO wanting to stop production on that sort of thing anytime soon. I'm not complaining, I enjoy a good army builder set. The Star Wars galaxy is massive, and it's definitely going to continue expanding for years to come. and I doubt LEGO Star Wars is going to be any different. We'll probably be getting a lot of sets based off the original trilogy, the prequels, for years to come, as well as a whole bunch of sets based off new shows and movies. Other things I definitely think we're going to be seeing more of. It definitely looks like these Star Wars mechs that are coming out this year are the start of a whole new lineup of sets. So expect a handful more of those to come in 2024 and beyond. I'm sure some kids will enjoy those sets, but those aren't going to be for me. Alrighty guys, that about wraps it up for this video. What Star Wars sets do you think we're going to be seeing in the future? There are a lot of good guesses, and many of them just might turn out to be true. I mean, who would have thought we would be getting another Ghost, a Republic Swamp Speeder, a UCS Venator, a Republic Gunship, and more all in the same year? LEGO Star Wars has slowly but surely getting better at listening to their fans from a certain point of view. Sometimes they have some real quality issues, sometimes they call a prequel set an original trilogy set. But you can't fault them for trying to give us sets that the fan community have been asking for a long time. I mean, how many years have I seen a UCS Venator on the request list? It's going to be expensive, but it also just might be worth it. I guess we'll have to wait and see when the set releases. Speaking of which, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the reveal video when that set is officially revealed. And also, please don't forget to like the video. Continue letting me know whether or not you want to see more videos just like this. The future of LEGO Blank has a bright future ahead. I've got a couple more still planned in the works, as well as a few more that I'm just waiting for some announcements to make a video off of, like the Jurassic Park / World franchise. As soon as we get some announcements on future movies and shows, you can bet I'll do a prediction video. But either way everyone, I hope to see you all later. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.